Hey YouTube, I'm here this time with my Bath & Body Works empties for the month of February 2020. I don't have any chit chat, so I'm going to jump right in and get started. So I'm going to start with hand sanitizers. The first item that I finished up is an antibacterial hand spray that I purchased at the SAS, and this is in Jamaica Pineapple Colada. It doesn't have notes on it, but it just kind of smells like a lot of kind of just sweet, syrupy pineapple scents that Bath & Body Works tends to do. I know a lot of people say that they don't like the pineapple scents at Bath & Body Works because they just smell too synthetic, but like I know what they mean, but personally I enjoy them. So I bought 2 of these, including this one. So I've got 1 more and I'm looking forward to using it up in probably in March. The next one that I used up is one of my last winter items. It is a PocketBac in Fresh Sparkling Snow. I decided to pick this up because I don't like fresh sparkling snow in a lot of forms because it's just a little too intense for me. Also, I don't necessarily go crazy for it because to me it doesn't really speak to winter. Like, I think there's a bit of like an iced note to it, if you will, and maybe that's kind of where they're coming from, but I don't personally consider like melon to be a winter fruit. So while I don't dislike the fragrance and I thought it was okay in a PocketBac, I probably would not repurchase it. It was just a little much on my hands. So yeah, I don't know. The next one that I used up is a PocketBac in Cranberry Peach. I have had this, I think maybe in soap before or something like that, and I enjoyed it. It just smells kind of like a generic, like sweet kind of cranberry scent. So yeah, it's fine. It's nothing that I will like seek out next year, but if I need a 5th PocketBac or whatever, and that's just what is available, then I can see myself picking it up. So that is it for my hand sanitizers. I also finished up 2 hand soaps. I finished up one in Aromatherapy Love, and the notes here are rose and vanilla. It is the same as Rose Water and Ivy. It's a great fragrance. I decided to use this up just to get in the spirit of Valentine's Day. So I generally don't decorate for Valentine's Day or for other holidays, especially because, you know, I live in an apartment. I'm a little bit nomadic, so like just for my lifestyle right now, it just doesn't really make much sense to have a bunch of like decorations, I think. So instead I enjoy using up almost like themed Bath & Body Works fragrances. So definitely stay in my pink, rose, water, and ivy for this month. I really love it. I will repurchase. Keeping with that, I kind of did a thing where I did like pinks and reds, and I did perfume fragrances and cologne fragrances, so naturally I used up my mahogany teakwood foaming hand soap. The keynotes are rich mahogany, black teakwood, and dark oak. I like mahogany teakwood, but I only like it a couple times a year. I think it's definitely one of those things I can get sick of because it becomes too much very quickly. I thought this was nice, but it was very strong, especially in a hand soap too. So I would only recommend mahogany teakwood if you can really get down with the scent and be okay with it lingering on your hands for a little while. So I would repurchase, but yeah, like I said, it's still a soap that I don't want all the time. Like, I could want it maybe once or twice a year. The next items that I used up are actually a duo. My duo, or at least the main one that I used up in February, was my duo in Peony. I used up the lotion and the fine fragrance mist. The lotion's notes are peony petals, garden rose, sandalwood. So yeah, I think it's just a really nice fragrance. You need to like florals, otherwise I wouldn't recommend this because it just smells like peony and a little bit of rose as well. I wore this primarily to school, just like as my day-to-day kind of fragrance. I spritzed it around my room maybe like once or twice, but I had kind of like some weird comments from students when they walked in, because I would spritz during a passing period, and they would walk in and they would say like, you know, not necessarily in a bad way, but like, oh, what a strange fragrance, or what a strange like perfume or whatever. And so yeah, I decided to just kind of finish this up at home then, just in case some students just decide that they really didn't like it. I just didn't want to force that to be around them, I guess, if you will. So yeah, I enjoy it for myself, but I think that I will use it up like in my personal life rather than at school going forward. The next one I used up was another Fine Fragrance Mist. I was using this up in January, but didn't finish it in that month, so I just finished it in February. This is my Fine Fragrance Mist in Tahiti Island Dream. It's a really nice kind of like, almost like a creamy tropical white floral, if you will. I like it from time to time. It's not my favorite. It's not something I want all the time, but kind of like the mahogany teak wood, like once a year or so, I can enjoy it. This always reminds me of the last time I went to Germany, because I remember very specifically I wore this on my trip. So it was nice to kind of like go back to that moment. But now that I'm done with it, I think I'm done for a while, but I could see myself picking it up again, maybe in like a shower gel at SAS if I find it. The next one, or the next item that I used up, is a foaming sugar scrub that I purchased at SAS. This is in warm vanilla sugar. The key notes are intoxicating vanilla, white orchid, sparkling sugar, fresh jasmine, and creamy sandalwood. So yeah, it just smelled like normal warm vanilla sugar. It was a very thick and coarse scrub. That tends to be my taste, I guess, in scrubs. I think that scrubs that are not very coarse feel almost like nothing, like I kind of wasted money on that. But yeah, if you want a gentler scrub, I would not recommend the sugar scrubs. They were fun and they were foaming and I thought they were effective, but yeah, I still pretty much purchased these just for fun. So yeah, it was nice. I've got 2 more and I'm happy that I do. The only thing though that did concern me a little bit is I find that the sugar scrubs from Bath & Body Works tend to make my shower kind of slippery. That was my experience with the golden sugar scrub and now this one. So I just had to be generally careful after I used it. The next item that I used up is kind of like a random little like throwaway product. This is a little coconut lime verbena lotion that my husband picked up for me when he was staying at, you know, I don't know, some hotel. He's a pilot, so he's always like in and out and at hotels and whatever. So I tell him to bring me coconut lime verbena whenever he gets it as like the little freebies or whatever that you get in your hotel room. So I used it up. I really enjoyed this. I decided to just kind of toss it in here because I miss coconut lime verbena. I have smelled, what is it, the like margarita cupcake or whatever that has been at Bath & Body Works for a while, and it smells similar, but I think that margarita cupcake is a repackage of coconut lime breeze, which to me is a different fragrance. And coconut lime breeze, I don't get much depth to it. To me, it just smells like almost like a light lime. Or a very citrusy lime, but I think that coconut lime verbena has more depth with the coconut and the verbena, so I prefer it, and I really wish that Bath & Body Works would bring this back in body care and maybe in home fragrance too. So I'm totally living for the moment and living for the fact that they have it back in soaps right now. I don't love the packaging, but it is what it is with that. But I am so happy to have these whenever I get my hands on them, and also have the coconut lime verbena soaps. The next one that I used up, or the next item, is a travel size 24-hour moisture shea or moisture ultra shea body cream. I don't know, that's kind of a mouthful, but yeah, in 1 in a Million. I purchased this toward the end of SAS. I like 1 in a Million, but not enough again to have it like all the time. So maybe like once a year or so, I can enjoy it. To me, it smells almost exactly like Velvet Tuberose from back in the day. If you know my channel, you know me, I love Velvet Tuberose. I wish Bath & Body Works would bring it back, and this is, I think, as close as we're gonna get to it. So I think this has a little bit more of like a perfume note. So, like from time to time, I also get like almost like a peppery vibe from it too. I don't know, whatever, but it's like, I think a little twinge different, but it's close enough that I can use it and remember that and enjoy it. So I was happy to have found this for 75% off at my semi-annual sale. The last 3 items that I used up are 3 shower gels. Again, I went with a theme of like perfumes and chocolate and cologne and pinks and reds and all that kind of good stuff. So the first one that I used up is an In the Stars, and the keynotes are Starflower, Sandalwood Musk, Sugar Tangelo, White Agar Wood, and Radiant Amber. I'm generally not one for perfumey fragrances. Like, I tend to like Bath & Body Works fine fragrance mist over perfumes, because to me perfumes are they can be very heavy, they can be a little bit too mature for me, and I prefer something a little lighter. So this is actually one of the few perfume scents that I actually like. So I don't totally love it, it's not my favorite, but I like it from time to time. I think that's kind of like a theme with a lot of things this month. I like it from time to time. The next one that I used up, again going with the Valentine's Day theme, is chocolate. So I used up this hot cocoa and cream. This was my last, actually second to last, winter shower gel. So now that February is done, I'm officially out of my winter stuff. The key notes are creamy cocoa, mini marshmallows, and vanilla musk. I know that this is like sacrilegious, right? But I actually don't like hot cocoa and cream in home fragrance. There's something about it that's just a little off to me and sort of wrong. I don't know if I would say it smells kind of salty to me, but there's something about it that just isn't, like maybe an after scent. Is that a thing? An after scent? I don't know. Anyway, but there's something that smells kind of like dry or almost a little salty to me. I don't even know. Like, I can't explain it, but I don't like it in home fragrance, but I think that it smells more edible and more gourmand in the body care. I think that body care smells more like almost like a brownie mix. So rather than a hot cocoa packet, it smells like it has a little bit more depth and more sweetness to it, and it smells like Betty Crocker brownie mix to me. So I like that. I will repurchase it if it comes out next or this coming December. And finally, the last item that I used up is one more shower gel in Twisted Peppermint. It is my last winter item. I used it up 2 days ago, so this was a recent addition to my Empties basket. So the fragrance notes are cool peppermint, sugared snow, and fresh balsam. I love it. Always a holiday classic for me. I get at least one every year, but this past year I've had two. So this is my second Twisted Peppermint that I've used since December. I love it. It has a great cooling effect. So yeah, I enjoy it, and my husband does as well. So that is my Bath & Body Works Empties for the month of February 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.